Schmack-a-ma-god, people. Hey, it's another one of these gang fights. The Sophomore Gang Fight 2. Now, in one, the great Greg Symanski, who came up with this, put Alice Cooper's Killer. And I didn't even catch on. Yes, I know Easy Action and Pretty From You. And unlike some of you out there, not all of you, because there are many people that agree with me, is that those albums are horrendous. To me, Alice Cooper, the real Alice Cooper for me, started with Love It to Death. Bob Ezrin's second album with Alice, as you say. But Greg told me, okay, since the Ozzy group won, which Killer was part of it, just say it got injured in the gang fight by a knife. It got stabbed. So add Zeppelin 2. So that's what I'm going to do. And I pulled all the albums out because I have all these albums that are going to commence in this gang fight. And let's see here. Let me tell you, man. This is going to be the most difficult one I've ever done in the history of this channel. To pick, you know, it's basically a tie, but I can't do it. So, oh my God, this hurts. Diary of a Madman versus... Oh. Now, I've gone on record many times saying that the greatest metal band and the greatest metal albums of the 80s was Melissa and Don't Break the Oath. I was wrong. I was wrong. I'm going to have to put Diary of a Madman over. I don't know if I would put it over Melissa, though. But I think Melissa and Don't Break the Oath are pretty much tied. I just like Melissa a tinge more. But if I was to put Melissa against Diary of a Madman, I'm not going to do that unless somebody donates for me to do that. But I'm going to have to say Ozzy wins in this gang fight. Ow! My testicles. They hoit. Alright, next. Let's see if I got all... Yeah, I got it in order. Van Halen 2 versus Motley Crue. Shout at the Devil, their best album, along with the Karabi album of 94, if you ask me. Which one do I like more? This is painful too, I ain't gonna lie. It's very close. But I'm giving this one to the mighty VH, man. Light Up the Sky. And Out of Love Again. And Bottoms Up. And Somebody Get Me a Doctor. Giving that one a VH. Alright, next. Ooh, this one I believe lost in the last one. I love this album. This is pretty much my favorite Queen album. It fluctuates. It was News of the World at one time. Night of the Opera. And now it's this. But it's been like this for a couple years now. And what's that going against? Love this album. Tygers of Pang Tang, Spellbound. Awesome album. Awesome. But Queen's going to win this gang fight. Freddie Mercury pimp slapped him with his man purse. Yeah, I said it. Come on. Stop being so offended and woke. Alright, what's next? Alright, so Greg asked me to replace Killer, because it's not a Sophomore album, to you people that like that early stuff, with Led Zeppelin 2. Phenomenal album. Phenomenal band. One of my favorite bands of all time. Going against, what I'm about to show you is the very first time I ever bought a CD. It was 3 CDs. It was Zeppelin 2 on CD. It was Jimi Hendrix, Are You Experienced, and Metal Church the Dark. This is the CD I bought first with those other 2. Same copy too. And I love this album, man. But I'm giving that to Zeppelin 2. And what a coincidence there, Greg, that you pitted 2 albums against each other, which actually were the 2 first CDs I ever bought in my life, including, you know, Jimi Hendrix. All right. Then we got Narita, Riot, Love It, versus Boston, Don't Look Back. I hate to do this. I really do. Because this is an underdog. This is a great album. Road freaking racing, okay? But it's easy, taking it day by day. Boston. I'm going to give it to Boston. So there you go. Now I'm going to rank the albums, okay? I ranked them all here, and this is how I would rank them in order. At the bottom, and they're all great, and I love this album, but I'm going to put Tygers and Pang Tang, Spellbound, at the bottom. Then Riot, Narita. Then Metal Church, The Dark. Then Don't Look Back, Boston. Shout at the Devil, Motley Crue. Led Zeppelin 2. Queen 2. Van Halen 2. This Hurts, Mercyful Fate. Don't Break the Oath at number 2. And the greatest Sophomore album, I think, ever. I don't know. Maybe one day somebody will correct me like Greg Symanski did in this video, where now I can't say Don't Break the Oath and Melissa are the greatest metal albums of the 80s. I have to put Ozzy Osbourne's Diary of a Madman over it. And I think that it is the greatest Sophomore album ever made. Diary of a Madman. And it's funny because Randy and Ozzy didn't like the album. I mean, they didn't like the mix and they thought it was rushed. Can you imagine if they took their time with it? Oh my God. Can you imagine if it was better? I sure can't. But anyway, Greg, thank you so much, man, for the gang fight. Sophomore 2. Will there be a 3? If there is going to be a 3, will anything overthrow Diary of a Madman? I don't think this brain will allow that, but you never know. You never, ever know. So, cause, you know, I was saying forever that Mercyful Fate's 2 albums and EP and The Nuns Have No Fun EP are the greatest albums of the 80s, metal albums. And that Diary of a Madman's metal. I mean, it borders on hard rock at parts, but it's metal in a lot of parts. So I gotta classify that as metal. So there you go. That's it. So thank you, Greg, once again. You a genius, bro. And chicks dig you. Hey, so if you'd like to donate, I got a PayPal in the description below. And please subscribe to my channel if you have not. So stay frosty. Listen to Black Sabbath and smack 'em a gaba.